Sure does look cool out here, but very quiet. Before I get all this stuff into the car, I'm gonna fill up that Rubbermaid over there. I'm gonna classify down some buckets and dump it into that Rubbermaid and take home a couple of Rubbermaids. I got 2 of them in there. A couple of Rubbermaids for my wintertime stash that I was supposed to have. I wasn't supposed to use it already, but we did on that last video. So I'm gonna restock up. Jeremy Canner, Ohio Prospecting, and as you can see, that winter snow finally hit around here and deep. And that's exactly why I brought that container home. And yeah, I do live next door to a car wash, which gives me nice lighting in the backyard in case I ever wanted to do something back here. Nice. So let's get down in that nice warm basement. And here we are back in my nice warm project room in the basement. And yeah, the dredge ain't ready yet. Still don't have the 2 hoses or the mat yet, which hopefully soon. But back to this. Anyways, I want to do a classification on this. This actually ended up being too wet to do a dry classification because, yeah, as soon as you get a few inches down there, it starts getting wet again. See, it's down in the bottom. So you can really only dry classify the top few inches of it. So I'm going to do a wet classification into a bucket, dump the bigs into another bucket, which I'll end up panning out later on, see if there's anything in it or not. Which, yeah, we can keep our hopes up for that. I doubt that we'll see it. I could use these classifiers, but I'd have to fill up the bucket all the way for this one to even work, or dump water over the top. And I do have this one, which, you know, I can fill up the bucket at least halfway, but I need to get some more zip ties to repair my bottom. As you see, I put that piece of copper wire in there to hold it together. Yeah, it's falling apart. Used to be zip tied like this all the way around the edges, but I ran out of zip ties. So yeah, I know they're cheap, but just haven't been over around the stores with the bad weather and all. So maybe here soon I'll get some. Oh, I flipped you guys around. Sorry about that. So yeah, let me get this up and running, and I'll be right back with you guys in a bit. All right, so here we are back. Let's put the sleeve up a little bit. And the reason for the classifying is so that way we don't have the bigger gravels in the sluice box, and we're not messing with the disruption of the flow. And it'll make it a lot easier for this, for that littler pump and everything too. So yeah, the gold will actually sit in place better too. It won't have bigger material sitting up there to fight for space. And it tends to do that. So yeah, let me get this going here. Be right back with you guys. All right, I got that much classified down in the first bucket. It took me a while. That was painstaking. That tiny little classifier there takes quite a minute in a bucket. But it's to the size that I actually needed it to, so that way I didn't have to hand wash all the material like before up here. And so that way the bigger gravels don't collect up in the holes and block them all up and knock whatever gold I could have been having down the sluice and on out to the bottom. That was just in the case that I was losing any. This is to maybe further my recovery to see if I gain any more than what I would normally gain. All right, so I got it up and running, and just like I thought, gonna have to run that sand real slow. This would be just like running beach sand. So it loads up just a tiny bit. Then it works its magic, does what Dream Mat's supposed to do. What's up, Buffalo Chris? I was just watching one of your videos earlier. Peace, brother. Yeah. And rock on. Nice. So yeah, it's definitely a better thing to take your material and classify it down whenever you're using smaller pump like this. So that way it can actually handle it and you can run it a little bit slower and take your time. So this is actually going to be quite the process, I guess. All right, I'll be back in a bit. And with all this increasing UFO phenomenon happening in California, we're keeping an eye on you guys. All right, so I'm back. And I got it all to the cleanup portion. Got this all set up and ready. All I gotta do is kick it on. So let's get that gold cleaned up. Be right back with you guys in a minute. Okay, so what did I get for my efforts on that one Rubbermaid? A tiny little bit. But at least I didn't get skunked. Almost close. Got a few nice little pieces though. Zoom in, take a look. And that's all, folks. Yep, that's all I got for my efforts on this trip. Well, I didn't even have to go nowhere. That's what you do when you plan ahead, I guess. And maybe I should have saved up a little bit more. But that gives me the opportunity to go out and get some more. Just got to slap some new tires on my car. And then I'll be on my way. I'll be out on the next venture here real soon. See you guys later.